The Sacred Flame podcast is intended for educational and inspirational purposes only. Listening does not establish a therapeutic relationship, and this is not a substitute for mental health counseling, medical advice, or professional care. If you're experiencing a crisis or need immediate support, please contact your local emergency number or the appropriate crisis hotline in your area. Take care of yourself. You are not alone. Welcome to the Sacred Flame. I'm Latoya St. Pierre, therapist, yoga teacher, and spiritual midwife. This is your space to slow down, tend the fire within, and reconnect with the wisdom that already lives inside of you. Let's begin. Hello, beautiful souls. I want to begin by asking you a simple question. Do you actually know who you are? If someone asked you that question right now, what would you say? Your name, your profession, your roles, mother, partner, therapist, entrepreneur. But what if none of those things truly answer the question? What if most people move through their entire lives without ever actually meeting themselves? I'm Latoya, a licensed therapist, holistic sex therapist, yoga teacher, and spiritual midwife. But more than anything, I'm someone deeply curious about the human experience, how we heal, how we evolve, and how we reclaim parts of ourselves that were never meant to be lost. Many people are living lives that were designed for them, but not chosen by them. And that is where the conversation about sovereignty begins. From the moment we're born, identity begins forming around us. Before we're capable of speaking, people are already telling us who we are, our families, communities, cultures, religions, and schools. We hear messages like, be good, be strong, be successful, don't cry, don't be too loud, and don't be too emotional. Over time, we learn which parts of ourselves are acceptable and which parts are not. So we adapt. In psychology, we call this adaptation a survival strategy. Children are incredibly intelligent when it comes to surviving their environments. If love feels conditional, they learn to perform. If emotional expression feels unsafe, they learn to suppress. If conflict feels dangerous, they learn to please. Eventually, those adaptations become identities. The caretaker, the overachiever, you know them, the peacemaker, the invisible one. But rarely do we stop and ask, is that actually who I am? Or is that who I had to become in order to survive? When people live from identities shaped by survival rather than truth, they often feel a quiet sense of disconnection. Sometimes it appears as anxiety, sometimes depression, sometimes a lingering sense that something is missing. People often say, I should be happy, but I'm not. I've accomplished everything I thought I wanted. Something still feels off. And sometimes the answer is that nothing is wrong with them. Sometimes they've simply spent years living according to the expectations that were never truly theirs. They learned how to function, but they never learned how to be. Look, sovereignty is not rebellion for the sake of rebellion. It is self-ownership. Your life belongs to you. Your body belongs to you. Your mind belongs to you, and your spirit belongs to you. Many people have never experienced this level of internal authority because we are taught to look outside ourselves for validation and permission. But sovereignty requires something different. It requires self-inquiry. Questions like, what do I actually believe? What do I actually want? What parts of myself did I abandon to be accepted? And what parts of myself are waiting to be reclaimed? When those questions are asked honestly, something powerful happens. You begin meeting yourself. Reclaiming yourself is a journey. Sometimes it involves therapy, sometimes spiritual exploration, sometimes reconnecting with the body through practices like yoga, meditation, or time in nature. And sometimes it involves grieving identities that were shaped by survival. But when people begin this process, they often experience a profound sense of relief. For the first time, they are no longer trying to become who they think they should be. They are becoming who they already are. So I'll leave you with a question. If you remove the expectations, the conditioning, the survival roles, who would you be? Who might you become if you allowed yourself to live from truth rather than performance? That is the beginning of sovereignty. I'm Latoya. Stay safe and stay sovereign. Thank you for joining me on The Sacred Flame. I hope this conversation offered you something to carry into your own journey, whether that's clarity, courage, or simply a reminder that you are not alone. If this episode resonated, please share it with someone you love, follow the podcast, and leave a review. It helps this flame reach more hearts. To connect with me, find me on Instagram at @MasteringYouLLC. You can email me at info@masteringyou.org, or you can simply visit my website, masteringyou.org. Until next time, remember, the flame is already lit. Keep tending it. This podcast is for educational and inspirational purposes only. It is not a substitute for therapy, medical advice, or professional care.